What's poppin'? Welcome back to another episode of the DDDD I'm Down television, TV, podcast, YouTube channel. You know what to do, you know what it is. So I want to get right into it. So basically last night, like probably late, so it's probably not the best time situation or whatever. But I put questions up that I kind of wanted to discuss today. And we're literally just talking right now about this whole government shutdown, right? So it's kind of relevant. I don't know too much about it. Probably get into it. Why? Let's just get with that. Why?
Well, the shutdown in this case, normally is when Congress cannot agree on a budget, right? That's normally what keeps the shutdown. No, after that, once Congress agree, usually the president will just sign the bill and it's good to go. Mm-hmm. In this case, Trump is saying, I'm not going to sign it until there's a budget for the wall. So that is exactly what's kind of delaying. And obviously, depending on where you stand, whether you're blue or you're red, Republican, Democrat, some people are attributing this to Democrats who are not willing to discuss the wall in this budget. Yeah. Some people are saying, Trump should just look for a different kind of bill to fund the budget for the wall, so that he should still sign this because it's not fair that, federal government employees have to suffer because of something
just for him to get
that is a personal agenda, Yeah. But so some people are saying, he's holding her hostage. If you're more of a Democratic side, so they're saying he's holding, this bill hostage until he gets what he wants. Some people on the other side are saying, Democrats are just not trying to cooperate with him, and so he has every right to cost him. But we all know that, whatever side you're on, there's a lot of people on both sides suffering.
So we're gonna get into that right now. So you're saying that So you just showed me right now there's twice as many people as usual ever, right? Mm-hmm. Called in sick for MIA International Airport. So they're canceling all flights coming in and out of...
They're delaying flights because obviously it's not TSA check, So if especially if you've been to the MIA Airport, a TSA here sucks. It's a hassle because there's so many people flying. It's one of the biggest airports here, right? So many people come flying in and flying out. And the TSA checks are necessary. But because these are government employees, they're not getting paid. So many people have been calling out sick because they're not trying to work if they're not going to get paid. Right? And so, for example, here in the U.S., in Miami, they had announced already that the terminal was going to be closed. And for a terminal, if you've been to Miami Airport terminals are huge. If you close a whole terminal because of TSA checks, then you're delaying thousands and thousands of people flights. Yeah. And so that was the whole thing. People were saying, normally, if you're going to fly internationally, you should be there 2 hours early. If you fly nationally, an hour. They're saying be there at least 4 or 5 hours. Be ready to be there for a while.
Yeah, this is all like you said, to just get a personal agenda across, almost to prove a point in a sense, right? I'm not gonna get this going unless y'all get this going, right?
And we're almost on the breach of having the longest shutdown in government. Right. So
how long has it been now? 15 days?
Something like that, right?
15, 16 days?
Yeah, about 12 days. There's a new year. Then you get a new budget.
Okay.
But yeah, so obviously they usually agree on the budget before, or sometimes you have a weekend to shut down because they couldn't agree on some things. But then they'll mandate or they'll work it out because we understand, at least the Congress understands that it's not just them. It's a bunch of employees, FBI agencies have to stop, patrol, blah blah blah. But those people are not getting paid.
Yeah, we just talked about that. Even the FDA is not that, which is the crazy part to me, because it's the whole food processing, how they found the whole, the ramen lettuce or whatever.
The lettuce?
Whatever that, that was found out through inspections. Mm-hmm. So if that's paused, then it's who knows what else, to pull up.
The FDA, does a lot of things. It doesn't just do food. It does medicine, it does hospital, stuff like that. So, they make sure that things are within, the laws and within, they're doing, the procedures are correct, the things are being done properly, reported if there's an issue. Right. So, there's a lot that goes on. So if you don't work for the government, you might not feel it. But even so, everybody's freaking out because one of the big things that's been making the news is that even your tax refunds are gonna be delayed, right? Because the process of the IRS and all that stuff is gonna delay, and so you understand that this eventually trickles down to you too, right?
Eventually.
Yeah. So military, whatever you want to look at, all those branches are suffering because of this.
I mean, it's crazy. So so basically, I put the poll up, right? So you kind of see it here. It said, so out of 11 people, 8 said yes, they do know why. 3 said no, right? Mm-hmm. So I guess I mean, obviously it's not a whole lot of people, right? But at least from our people or whatever, you kind of see there's some awareness to it or whatever. I mean, like I said, the truth is it probably doesn't affect much people unless you work for a government or something, right? for sure. Like if you're airport and stuff like that, government jobs, right? Like post people, like people with the mail and all that stuff like that. If you're not, but I just thought it was something interesting. It's relevant right now. It's like I guess like a big topic. I personally just didn't know too much about it, right? So I didn't know about the whole every beginning of the year they do the whole budget. So I guess it's something new to learn. So that I actually didn't know.
And like I mentioned, maybe not directly, but eventually trickles down to
everybody else, of course. Because I mean, if stuff is lacking, I mean,
there was even a poll people were doing that. It was like how this government shutdown is reflective of American culture and how badly it's portrayed and seen outside of the U.S. Yeah. So like how this shutdown basically makes us look bad.
Right.
Because it makes us look like incompetent. It makes us look like unwilling to compromise, willing to be able to speak. Because in this country, what we boast on the most is democracy.
Right.
Everybody has the right. Everybody has a voice. Yeah. But it's like, hold up, you guys can't settle on some basic things, which is like, for sure, you have a budget for the people that work for you.
Right. Right.
So that was interesting to see as well.
Yeah. So yeah, it's something that's gonna kind of like just, and like you say, it's interesting enough because it's true. It might not be affecting enough, but it can potentially trickle down to be something like that's like a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but if you were planning a vacation, I had a friend that was going to Italy. Yeah. He had to call it out. Like he had to. He wasn't aware of the terminal, so when they told him, he asked, "Can I leave early? Because now I have to start heading out to the airport way sooner than expected." So even in those things that disruptions that your mail system, maybe you might not be getting the package that you expect because there's not many postal workers working.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of things. And also at the end, this is your country. Yeah. So be aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
Whatever, and we're not gonna tell you what to think. It's just think for yourself because there's arguments on both sides. There's people attributing the fault to Democrats, people attributing it to Republicans, to President Trump. Yeah. So it doesn't matter where you stand. Just make sure you're the kind of person that can analyze every point. Because at the end, everybody's at fault because they all have to come to an agreement.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right. So let me kind of turn this a little bit to the not so okay. So the things I kind of want to talk about today, just things that have been on my mind, is that something kind of came to my mind. Literally yesterday, I took a poll on, and then I kind of want to just end it on the last thing, which will be what we'll talk about. You guys will see. So I asked, who's more undecided, right? I put guys or girls, right? Well, did you vote?
Yeah.
Probably did. I'm sure you put girls. Okay. So there's 10 votes here for girls. There's 3 for guys. So I actually want to see. Actually, let me see the guy one. And then this one, you see what I mean? But this one be like mad slow.
I can see it in mine.
Yeah, put it up to yours. You might. I didn't even think about that. Horrible. Let me see. Okay, I can see here though. So 3 girls said guys. And then there's a whole bunch of girls that said girls. Actually, more girls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 girls out of 8. No, 5 girls. Oh, so it's half and half, basically. Okay. So basically, half. Okay, so half and half went for girls. So half guys, half girls said that girls are definitely more undecided. I don't. So this is kind of what made me think about this, right? So I was in the office and I was just thinking. I actually can't even like pinpoint it now. Like what was the exact thing that made me think that? But so we talk a lot about the whole. Oh, what do you want to eat? Oh, I don't know. That no. Yeah, we talk about that whole thing. That whatever, right? But when you start to really I guess trickle down to it or whatever. Why do you think that whole separation between guys and girls? Why are guys just so quick to pull triggers and girls aren't?
I think I think it might be because we're more impulsive.
Think so?
I think we're more impulsive. I think a guy wants what he wants when he wants it.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that usually plays out in our decision making. Usually, I'm in the mood for tacos right now.
Yeah, that's true.
And so we're like, you get that mood for tacos. You don't care where you go as long as they have tacos. Right? So it makes your decision making a little easier. Girls, they're more like, I don't know if I really feel like that. I do think that girls are more direct in the decision making of relationship.
Think so?
Yeah, I think a girl knows when she wants to be with a guy faster than a guy knows when he wants to be with a girl.
What makes you say that?
Because at least I've seen that girls are more secure. Like, I want to be with this person for the long term, or they're able to voice certain things like I want to be with this person just for now.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not saying like in that emotional like specific. I'm saying in general, right? And a more like thought out process. They're able to convey, yo, I really like this person a lot, or I really don't like. And where guys are like, we're cool, we're chilling.
It's I don't know, man. Like
I think we don't put too much thought to anything.
Right.
And so we just go with that moment. And like in this moment, we're good. You get me? And the same applies to our meals or our shoes or whatever. In this moment, I want this. Maybe tomorrow my style gonna change completely. Yeah. But in this moment, and so guys, I think we're less, we're more decisive because we know what we want in this moment. We're not thinking about tomorrow.
Right. Yeah, you know, okay. So, but I actually kind of agree with some of what you said there, like for sure. Yeah, the thing is that I think that, like, and I've said this before, I feel like people, they make a lot of choices and stuff, not like you said, based on impulse, and a lot of it, like a lot of things that we say and do are not thought. You know, all the way
they're not processed.
Yeah, right. So I feel like you know, if there's just certain things, man, that's like, like if like you, for example, so you're saying a girl would, you know, decide whether she wants to be with a guy faster than a guy would decide she wants to be with a girl. Right?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, you know, I think part of that is because we're attracted by looks. For one, you get me? We're mostly attracted by looks, so it's like if you look good, for the most part, you're gonna have our attention. Like that's just facts. You get me? And then for a girl, it's more like obviously, you know, I'm sure the looks, all that shit matters or whatever. But it's like a more emotional
like
thing.
How you make me feel.
But that's why it's one of those things that's like because a guy could play around that circle. You get me? Like a guy could really be like come in with the whole James Bond tux and swag, and now you're like, oh shit, like.
But that's what I'm saying, man. But she'll be secure that that's what she wants. She might not be right, but she'll be certain in that, like, you know,
in that moment.
In that moment, whereas a guy will be like,
well, but guys kind of are too, though. Guys are like, yeah, I want that. Like, I want it now.
But what I'm saying is, I think guys are more like momentary. Like their decision making is momentary. Like in this moment, I want that. But then you see that girl, you're like, oh. No, that. Right. You get me? Where the girl's like, I've decided I want him. Until she realizes, like, yo, he wasn't what I thought he was, you know, whatever, because he played her. Right. But until that point, they were certain that they wanted that. Whereas guys is like, I want that until I see something better.
It does. Okay, look. So like lately on YouTube, I've been watching like a lot of these. So you know, there's in YouTube, there's there's a lot of classes of people, right? So I don't know if you've ever watched like when guys or girls go out in the street like late at night and they start asking like. Just questions. No. So okay, for that there'll be just random questions that could be based on whatever clickbait and stuff like that, right? So you know, usually what these people do that they ask these questions during the nightlife time because that's when everybody's out. There's a lot of young people, a lot of drunk people. So you know, you kind of start to ask around. You know, so like one thing I feel like girls will like, let's say in the moment, girls will say shit like, no, you know, he doesn't have to be rich, right? He doesn't have to have money for me to date him. He doesn't have to, you know, like have his entire life together, you know, whatever, shit like that, right? But I feel like when you're actually dating them, like you know, you're like, oh, pick your guy, whatever. That's not necessarily the case. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that every girl wants a rich guy, whatever. I mean, you do. Realistically, you do. Yeah, you alright? But you know, like, I feel like, you know, in the moment when you ask somebody something, they're more on the terms of like, wait, there's cameras on me. There's, you know, I gotta give the right answer. Yes, I gotta give the right answer. So you're like, no, like, you know, that stuff doesn't really matter. You know, like but then in reality it does. Yeah. So that's really where this undecided thing comes from because at least as far as relationships go, you know. You might be like, nah, you know, he doesn't need to have money or he doesn't need to have whatever, a college degree. He doesn't need to have this, he doesn't need that. But then when the time comes, right, like for that to like manifest or whatever, you're kind of like,
no, he needs to have that.
Like nah, bro, you know what I mean? So that's kind of where I come from, where it's like it's a lot of it is undecided. I feel like, you know, for a guy, like on relationships, right? I feel like if you ask a guy. Like a guy is really just gonna be like, all right, like for example, like what do you want in a girl, right? You ask a guy that question, he's gonna be like, yeah, I want her to look good. Like I want her to look good, right?
I want her to look good and I want her to be chill.
Right. That's what guys gonna say. Like, you know, can she kick it with the homies? Can she be, you know, that's mostly what guys are gonna like, you know, profess to. Yeah, I mean they're not really on something. All right, you know, if you see a girl like make her list, right? I think that so far I've heard every girl say shit like, you know, like, oh, I want a guy, you know, who's passionate about something, right? Who has passion towards something. Who's smart,
who's good looking.
Right, who has a, you know, a 6-figure job or some clothes, right? Like, you know,
he's tall, blah blah blah.
He's right. When it comes to looks, I was gonna be like, oh, he's tall, has a beard and that, right? Depending on your preference, you know. is like cut, but not like like super big.
He doesn't have to be super big, but he's shaved.
Right, like he's
broad shoulder.
Right, like you kind of hear them like when they're describing these situations. They're kind of like ins and outs of things. You know? Like he has money, but doesn't have to be rich. Like he works out, but he's not too big. It's like he went to jail, but he's also like has a 2 doctor degrees.
He's funny, but he knows when to be serious.
Right, like it's really like a lot of like what, like you know what I mean, like what.
Like you want him to be gray. You don't want him black. You don't want him white. You want him gray.
Right, like exactly. So it's like and I feel like when it comes down to guys, like, you ask a guy like, oh, what about
black and
girl?
white. It's black and white.
It's exactly. It's always gonna be like, yo, like look, and even when it comes down to character, right? You're kind of like, yo, like you don't really be on that, like, yo, she has to like be the funny and she like like when we say chill, is obviously like, yo, adapted to me. You know what I mean? Like, yo, like can she get jokes that I say? Yeah. Is she gonna understand like the sense of humor? I feel like at the end, like people just need to be with people that kind of come from more or less the same place that you come from, more or less, right?
So they can understand you.
Right. It's a lot easier to adapt.
Yeah, to partner each other.
Yeah, but I mean like that's what I mean by like in the relationship side, it's like you really don't. Like even in Twitter, bro. Like in Twitter, look, bro, Twitter is so funny to me. So there's girls. I feel like on Twitter it's always the girls, never the guys. Really, it's really the girls that.
Yeah, really don't be tweeting no savagery like that.
Yeah, like yo, the girls will be like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm not crying for no more fuck niggas no more. I'm not gonna do this no more. Right, and then probably like a week later, it's like, yo, why the fuck are you guys like X, Y, Z? Like like, and then the my number one thing, bro, that I hate is when a girl on Twitter says, "Oh, it's just tweets." Like, bro, don't take it serious. It's like,
something costs you to tweet.
Like, is it really just tweets? Like, I don't know. So that whole undecisive thing. I don't know. Like, especially lately, I've been thinking, man, a lot. It's like, why is there so much differences between, I guess, this whole species of being a male, being a female? Do you think it has to do with like culture?
I don't know. I mean, there's also like all of those things, but there's also like the chemical configuration of a person. Obviously, like the period, the estrogen, all this stuff. So you do have things like cravings. You do have things like
Right. I mean, like Dame, right? I tell you, I was watching this thing from Dame. He's like, yo, he goes, like guys. I don't really like having too much guys around. Guys have testosterone, right? They want to be the best. They want to take your place. They want to do this. They want to do that. I like having women around me. You get me? Women, like, because they tell you this. And I'm like, okay, like, I guess, that's where you're at. And I kind of, like, get where you're coming from. But it's like, like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like, for example, when it comes down to girls being, like, I guess it depends on the kind of girl, but I can't hang out with a girl too long. At least for me, like I can't hang out with girls too long because they get I get annoyed fast. I'll be like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like it's like a thing where
because the girls are not as able to adapt. I feel like as a guy, if you're all joking, y'all joking. If y'all chilling, y'all chilling. And so you gotta you learn to just ride the wave.
Yeah.
Whereas girls like, no, but I want to do this now. No, but not this. It's like it's whatever she feels now. Whereas guys just kind of like. Guys learn to just kind of whatever everybody's into, I'm into. Like, yo, for example, right now I told you, like, yo, if I tell you, yo, I want to eat pizza right now, alright, cool.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, you're gonna ride with it. A girl's like, no, but I actually could feel like I want to eat this instead. Right. Like, like, guys are more like just go with the flow kind of thing. I feel like girls aren't. And I think that kind of I
think you're probably right. That's probably like the offsetting, or whatever. Like, you guys tell us, what do you guys think? What's your opinions on some of the matters? The next thing I actually want to talk about is who do you think is shallower, girls or guys?
I don't know, man. I think girls.
Yeah? Why? Well, give a little snippet.
Now I think girls because your sister just told me that when I think a girl's pretty, she's looking at her eyebrows. I'm like, what?
That's what she said?
Because she was like, it's because I was having a conversation how like sometimes I look at a girl, I'm like, yo, she's pretty, and whether it's her or Fatima, they'll be like, nah, she whack. Look at her eyebrows.
Well, I've definitely heard girls
I'm like,
say
yo, you are shallow. You looking at her eyebrows.
Shit that like, well, I think that girls
are nitpicky. They're just really nitpicky.
Yeah, like I feel like girls say and mention things that guys really don't care.
I don't know, but for me, I think it's like, because even another guy, are you gonna look at a guy and be like, yo, but me, Maybe the one thing he'll say is that he don't got a fresh haircut. Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. Or like, oh, yo, his beard's whack. Like, he looks like a homeless. I don't know.
Most.
But, but that's like pushing it. Most of the time, like, nah, man, he's just a high beast. Or, like, I guess a new word I found today. He's just a Jerry boy. You get what I'm saying? Or he's a geek, or he's a dork. But you're gonna label one whole thing and that's it.
Yeah.
But a girl's really gonna go up into the, like, find every little thing. No, but look, you saw her left, like, cuticle? Or the right finger?
Yeah, it's like nah, what? It's not popping.
It's like what?
Who cares about that? Like
you guys are like I think I don't know if that makes him less shallow or more shallow, but I feel like that's more shallow.
Yeah, we'll definitely hit this one up for sure. So stay tuned. And that's a good transition because you just said something. You said the whole Jerry boy thing, and y'all probably have no idea what that means. It's all right. Okay, okay. I remember I asked a while back, like, what's your obsession? What are you obsessed with? Whatever, right? And we kind of had a conversation. Mm-hmm. I think at the time, I don't know what I said. I think I said street clothing or like the color orange. Mm-hmm. Something I was obsessed with. Yeah, I think it was the color orange. I said, right? So let's kind of go back to that. What are you? Let's say currently. Is there something you're currently obsessed with right now? Like, and it could be obviously anything. Like whether it's like certain goals.
More like in the practical material stuff. I think the two things I'm most obsessed with right now, is Champion. Uh-huh. Like, you see, like I think I've only been wearing
everything
Champion for like the past like couple months, right? Only Champion.
Yeah, only.
I think I've been on that. But I even got
T-shirt.
Even the athletic wear.
The T-shirt.
Champion.
Yes.
But I think Champion and I've been on the smart home stuff.
Oh,
like so I've been like changing everything. If Alexa cannot do it for me, I don't want it.
So it's been like you've been like searching shit out.
Like, for example, I was talking to a friend of mine at work. He's like, "Yo, there's this special like a really top rated lock that I basically as soon as it determines that your GPS is closed, it unlocks the door for you."
In your house.
In your house, and so like, and I can send invitations so I can know who unlocked it. So I'll be like, Eddie, I'll be like, hey, it doesn't work in my house because if you pull up to my house late, you're gonna know who pulled that late,
Yeah.
If I'm in control, then I wouldn't tell anybody else.
Right.
But if I give it to my dad to be in charge, well, he's gonna know what type of
So Tuesday at this time, it's like,
and like, so you don't need your keys anymore. If you're like the forgetful person, or like me that I hate carrying bulk.
Yeah.
Your keys. Also, like, so like those things I've been stuck on, and the last thing is probably The Office. You see me, but I haven't been watching The Office since Christmas.
The show. I thought you meant like
your job. No, The Office since Christmas. I don't know why I went back to it, but it's just so funny to me.
Yeah.
Those are the three things I'm stuck on.
Those have been like your focus.
My real focus. Aside from like the deep stuff, like I've been telling you, I've been trying to be more disciplined, more committed to certain goals.
More goal
oriented.
But can you find like the in the crevice, like, the smart home I could get, right? Yeah. But like, can you find the crevice? Why? Like, Champion, you've been rocking Champion for a while. You feel like you're more obsessed with Champion though?
I feel like I'll wear it and then I'm like, I really like it. So then I'll go and I'll start looking for more. Because I think that's how it started. Like I started with like, I'll get a couple of t-shirts. And then I was like, I'll get the shorts. Yeah. And then I was like, I'll get the sweatpants. And then I'm like, I really like it. Yeah. And it's like, alright, what can I get out? Alright. And then people give me more Champion. Like Eddie gave me more Champion. Fatima gave me more Champion. So people kept giving me more Champions, and I was like, I got more to wear. I want to wear more. And I was like, and then you start looking, it's like, I kind of want more.
Like, yeah.
And it's like, it's that balance between like, it looks good and it's comfortable. Right. It's like, even the sweatshirt, the orange sweatshirt is mad comfortable.
Mad comfortable.
So, I feel like lately I've been on that, like, if it's not comfortable, I don't want to wear it.
For us, it's been like the vibe, the nice.
Like I don't need to be baggy, but I want to be cuddled up. Like yesterday, I was wearing like the hoodie and the sweatpants. I felt like heaven, bro. I could just sleep like that.
Just chilling, yeah. So so okay, guys. So to give you guys more like variety here, right? So Chris, so we were just talking, right? That like this Christmas, whatever. Mm-hmm. Like for me, this Christmas hands down the best gifts I've gotten is definitely this Christmas. I got a ring light, and then clothing wise. So Chris got me an Essentials tee. So if you guys don't know, Essentials is like a daughter company, let's say, to Fear of God, right? If you Fear of God, Jerry Lorenzo.
Because I can't afford Fear of God.
Right, yeah. Honestly, Fear of God is like mad overpriced. Right, like it's crazy. But essentially, it's like a cheaper version, if you want to say. They sell it at PacSun, so it's like a combination with PacSun and Fear of God. So it's almost like you're bringing in the aesthetics of what Fear of God is to like a PacSun kind of quality.
Yeah, like a more reasonable price.
Exactly.
Accessible to more people.
Exactly. Like it's for more people. So, I was looking at like the brand and stuff like that, and I was thinking about it, but I was like, at the time, especially like during that November Christmas time, I wasn't really trying to spend too much money just based on like I know how to buy gifts and shit, right? But or whatever. So Chris gets me a shirt. Yo, just so you have an idea, so I got the shirt Christmas Day. I wore the shirt for the first time New Year's Eve. What was New Year's Eve? It was a Monday, right? Yeah. Something like that. Okay, New Year's Eve. I wore the shirt. No, New Year's Eve was a Monday, but it's basically New Year, so it was a Tuesday. So I wore the shirt New Year's Day on a Tuesday. Wore the shirt during that same week on Friday. Wore the same shirt on Saturday. Literally, that was last week, and I'm wearing the shirt again today on another Saturday, right? Because this is how much, like, yo, honestly, you have no idea, right? But you said that every gift that you got, you wanted it to be meaningful, you wanted to mean something, right? So, I mean, at least from what I'm getting, you got something that you knew streetwise I was gonna rock, I was gonna like, and I was gonna wear, right? But see, you don't realize, like, and I didn't realize at the time that you did something much more. Like, and this is what I mean. Nah, no stop stuff. Honestly, so here's the thing. With me, when I get bored in my room and stuff, I'm not really doing nothing. I put on so much fits that it just so much fits go through my head. So I have a folder in my phone where I just write down, like, when I think of an outfit, I just write it down. Like, for some reason, I just write it down, because there's so much ideas that go through my head sometimes, right? So, I get the shirt, right? I remember, whatever, I came home that day, I was crazy sick still, like, I was really messed up. So I kind of waited till, like, I feel better. The next day, I put on the shirt. And, like, for the brands I've been rocking with have, like, that I actually feel like, I guess you could say, like, a connection has been OVO, right?
Yeah, of course.
So, his brother got me 2 OVO shirts. Were like, I was like, yeah, I really, like, came up on this, right? And then the Essentials tee, which is, like, brand new to me, right? I have no Essentials for got nothing, right? So, I'm trying on the clothes and stuff like that, and the shirt, the Essentials tee was a challenge, right? Off bat, right? Yeah. So it's this big boxy t-shirt. It fits long. It's very drapey. It comes, like, all the way down to here. It's drop shoulder. And I don't have any clothing like that at all, right? So automatically, I like the shirt, right? I like the simplicity of the shirt. I like how I said Essentials in the back and stuff. And I was like, what? I have to figure it out, right? So now, the aesthetics that Jerry Lorenzo does is, you'll go real baggy on top and whatnot. And he goes back at the bottom too, in the offsets, and it looks good. But then he'll also go very slim and tapered at the bottom, and that also looks very good, right? So it's this off-putting thing, and it's like an I think it's more of a contemporary brand, right? Like if you think about it, because it's something that's kind of happening now.
Yeah, it's like a rugged look. It's like a rugged look.
But so. In this mission for me, I was like, okay, so I have to kind of make this work. Like, this is literally me. Like, this is no joke either. Like, I'm like, so how? Like, I have to fit this. Like, I can't just wear this like how I wear anything else because the fit is different. You get me? So I need to find the right proportions for me that I feel comfortable and I think aesthetically look good. So, I dove in to Fear of God for this. Like, I mean, when I say dove, I'm talking about, like, I've been obsessed with the whole Jerry Lorenzo, not just with the aesthetics, but with Jerry Lorenzo himself.
He's a genius though.
Bro, okay. So, during this time, I've been searching nonstop. Like, I'm talking about at work, here, like, nonstop Jerry fits, right? But, that kind of brought me to just listening to him and, how he thought. And, like, just listening to Jerry, right? And listening to, what he created and stuff has literally brought me closer to something I've been kind of falling away from, right? So, okay. So, Jerry's story is this, right? So, Jerry, his dad's a baseball player. He became a coach for, like, minor league or something like that. So, their money ended up becoming, he says, a lot smaller. So, you got this kid who's, like, middle class, but still hanging around, like, very rich people and stuff like that. As he grew up and whatever, trying to figure his life out and whatnot, he went to college, got an MBA in, business or whatever. Oh, it's an MBA, that's a business degree. A master's in business. He goes ahead and he tries to become like a sports agent and whatnot for baseball. And he ends up, kind of like free falling into throwing like night parties and stuff like that, right? With celebrities, like big celebrities and stuff like that, right? And he kind of falls a little bit into just, being a stylist, right? And in that, in that whole trying to be a stylist thing, he found that he said he found that, like, there was pieces that he felt were missing, stuff that people weren't creating, stuff that there was like
there.
a gap.
Yeah, that wasn't there.
So he decided to, literally take it upon himself to kind of create this aesthetic, right? This look, this stuff that he wanted, he just didn't have access to, right? And that to me was amazing, because you created something that you envisioned that you wanted, but you created it because it wasn't available. Yeah. You found a pocket, you found the space, and you literally just dove in it. And I'm starting to think, like, I'm like, yo, that's kind of crazy. Like, that happens. I think that happens to everybody. Like, there's things that you might want, certain things, but there's just no accessibility to it. Again, like, there's no creation to it yet.
But I think that is what it's like a big defining factor in real creatives and leaders.
Yeah.
They see a need for something, and there's a difference between critics and constructors, right? Constructors.
Yeah.
Critics just point out the lack of something. Leaders create what is needed.
Yeah.
Because Jerry has created a brand, but it's like when you envision Jerry, you see the curls.
Yeah.
But you also see like this look already. You you have a fit in your mind. And I think that's what separates him and creators. That they create a space for something that was that you didn't know you needed.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he knew you needed, but you didn't know you needed.
You did, exactly. Yeah, he created a whole new look. You know what I mean? In a sense. So just listening to his story, right, and like how he went from having this nightlife, this crazy whatever, to creating his clothing line. Obviously, like, through this nightlife, I guess you could say that's where he got to meet like a lot of people, right? He got to meet Kanye West, Big Sean. So like he created these pieces. The Big Sean and Kanye West were the first people to wear
really
it and bring it out there to the world and stuff, right? But the thing like that really gets to me is that now and I asked this on Instagram. I mean, like, how many people do you have a connection to your clothing, right? Like, to your clothes, like the clothes that you buy. A lot of people said no. Like, the majority of the posts said no. I think only maybe like 2-3 people said yes. And I built a connection to this already. And the reason I mean that is because it's one thing to go for a look, like something that looks good, and I can understand that 100%, right? Like, you just want to wear something that looks good, doesn't really make you look good. But then there's another thing for you to like understand where the creator, where the designer of something is going for, and you can relate to that in such a way that not only do you relate to the message that they're trying to give out, but you also like the aesthetic of the clothing that they're making. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm so obsessed with this, because it's almost like I've made this connection to this, in the sense that, like, man, like, this guy, he grew up as a Christian man, right? And because his family, his dad, whatever, right? And he kind of went astray. He kind of went another way, and he talks about how, like, his life and stuff was kind of not going necessarily, maybe in the direction that he wanted to go, but in this clothing that he decided to call Fear of God was that we find that not just the thing that people like see, like, oh, God is like literally everybody's fearful as in scared, as in like like, oh, let me kind of stay away, but like fear as in like the understanding, like that respect and that love, what I'm saying, that comes with it.
Yeah, the reverence.
Exactly. And that was when I kind of started hearing that, it kind of just brought me to like relate, what I mean, because that's mind you, like, for anybody that may know me for a while, it's kind of like the same thing for me, where like I came up on certain principles and stuff like that. I've strayed away for whatever reason, and it's small steps here and there that like I've never really taken to come back, right? But just because of the character that I have to either be all in or I'm not gonna be in at all, type of stuff, right? So, but just hearing that, like what the creation process of this, like even to the tiniest details of understanding, like like a simple plain white T-shirt, and the fact that you literally focused on dropping shoulders, the current distress of like the neckline, and like all these little details, that you were able to like really curate, create, inspire somebody else. You get me? Like like if you see Kanye and stuff like that, who kind of like we can almost say got influenced by some
a lot of the books view looks that Kanye has.
Kanye helped Jerry in the first collection. And, before Kanye actually went over to like Yeezus all the way and stuff like that. So that like just that right there, like just listening to Jerry speak about what he's been able to create, the purpose in him creating what he's been creating is crazy to me. I've never built really like a thing with clothing so hard. For me, OVO was something that was I really like how Drake is super chill.
Yeah.
And for a long time, I was never really chill like that, right? But like, from looking at like just the look of what he brought with the whole view, and maybe just like the fact that I just like Drake as an artist, stuff like that, there's a lot of influence there. It's cozy, it's chill. That's how I see OVO. You get me? Like the clothing that
chill,
he has, it's chill vibe. You get me? It's not like necessarily like, oh, I'm gonna wear this and I'm stuck. You get me? Hey guys. So what happened at the beginning of this year when we tried to record kinda happened again. So we got 95% of what we're supposed to record. So you see that we were cut off. It just stopped recording, bro. So New Year's resolution, get an actual camera.
We're gonna start a GoFundMe account.
Yeah. Go fund, please, bro. I just need a camera, bro. I need an actual camera. Alright, man. So to kind of end it off, basically, essentially what we're just saying is, let's find meaning into a lot of these things that we're kind of getting at, right? And again, we kind of just lost like the realness of what we're trying to say. So let that realness come back again in another video or whatnot. But essentially what we're just trying to get at is that through this clothing, through your job, through anything, it's to find meaning, it's to leave a legacy, it's to do something that you have a passion for, it's to do something that you love. So go for that. You know what I mean? And like you were saying, the whole conviction thing, right? Is we do need to have conviction. You know what I mean? We do need to have something that we believe in. That's gonna drive us through, right? Like when people say, find your why and stuff like that. All of us need that. So again, I don't want to like even take this up more because I'm kind of upset now that I didn't record because I think that the ending part was like really good, and what you said was really, really good, and we missed it again. So fuck.
It's okay, guys. We're gonna keep recording all year, so hopefully we can keep promoting the message. One thing that George was kind of just bringing you back, if this is the first time you're watching a video, I'm down is literally us saying I'm willing to engage in something new, something strange, something different. Whatever, if you fail or if you succeed, just life is too short to dwell on what is not working, to dwell on what you don't like. Have the conviction, the reason why you do what you do, and also have the willingness to say, okay, I'm gonna step into something new for what I wanted to. Pursue the dream, pursue the goal, pursue the mission, find purpose. Don't live your life just aimlessly, because life is too short to throw it away, and it's too valuable to throw it away. So just say I'm down. Somebody invites you now, literally, somebody invites you to something you would never do before. No, I would have never done this in my life. Say I'm down. You might actually enjoy it. Or you might actually get some value out of it. You might actually find your calling, your gifting, your talent. So just live.
Yeah, I like that you said that. Was perfect point right there. And I told you that before. When you feel like you don't kind of want to do something, is when you should
do it.
Do it. So we'll end it right there. Again, thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.